This is Milwaukee Admirals hockey live from Quicken Loans Arena in downtown Cleveland. We are set to begin period number 3. It's the Cleveland Monsters 4, the Milwaukee Admirals 2. Filling in for Aaron Sims, I'm Patrick Reed. Thanks back in our studio in Milwaukee, John Pearson and Ty Magnum for keeping things in line. The Admirals begin this third period shorthanded for the next minute 30. As Frederick Allard had a delay of game call right before the end of period number 2. It was a period for the Admirals that started great, but did not end the way they wanted it to. The Monsters trying to make it a 6 spot here on the Admirals. They have a 30-25 shot tally and a 3-goal lead on 2 goals from Kevin Stenlund. Dylan Simpson has a marker in this game, tried to force it forward. Now Tommy Cross will send it in from the red line to the Milwaukee zone. Forecheck sets up for the Monsters. Admirals try to work it through to Baptiste on the left side. Forechecker's able to take it away, and Cross's shot was muffled down. Left circle, Scott looking for the loose puck. He has it, looks to center across. It was deflected off Carrier's stick. And now at the right wall, Simpson will work in. Pendenza trying to win it along the boards behind the Milwaukee net for the Admirals. It's played across below the left circle to Cross. He centers, but to the stick of Baptiste. And Nick Baptiste will step through into neutral ice. Monsters zone is where the puck is with 10:57 to go in the third period and a 3-goal lead for Cleveland. Siemens will catch up to it in the corner in the Admirals' end. Siemens gets the return from Pedri, and now Duncan Siemens on the hop for Milwaukee. As 4 are ahead, it comes this way for Baptiste. Right circle shoots and scores! A nifty snipe from Nick Baptiste. Goes over the blocker pad of J.F. Berube to make it a 5-3 game with 10:41 to go in the third. Sense of relief as Baptiste skates over for the high fives on the Admirals bench. And that was a lightning quick look up into the top right corner for Nick Baptiste. So the fourth-year man has its 11th goal of the season. And the Admirals have a little bit of life here with still time to play in the third period. I'll try to continue the good things here, but the Monsters will work out of the zone. Across to the Admirals end, Siemens will send his man down to the ice in front of Tom McCollum, who covers up. That was Miles Koulis, who got tangled up with Duncan Siemens. 10:22 to play in the third period. Admirals had a couple of goals on Friday against the Monsters in a 3-2 overtime loss. 3 here today. It's a team that came in 29th in the AHL out of 31 teams in scoring. At 2.64 goals per game. One of the better defensive teams in the league has been torched for 5 today. In the final game here in Quicken Loans Arena. Face off to the left of McCollum, Tyler Gaudette, and Paul Bittner to take it. Gaudette wins it to the near side corner. As you see it on AHL TV, far side corner as I see it. Admirals from left to right in that respect on radio here, right to left as you see it on AHL TV in this final period of play. Left wing wall, DiGiuseppe looks to win it back. Summerby's shot from the point was deflected away into the corner. Korostolev first to it, will ring it around the boards toward Bittner. Bittner from below the circle centers, it goes off of large skates. He'll have a second look, but Gaudette will get there first, and now DiGiuseppe controls. Admirals will break out here. DiGiuseppe ahead, left wing, he'll send it deep in the direction of Tolvanen. Tolvanen left boards. DiGiuseppe will work it back to the right. Now Allard from the right point across. That was broken up by Dalpe. Dalpe's near the end of his shift, so not much he can do to get it forward. Korostolev, left side in the Milwaukee zone. Dribbles with the puck behind the net. Tenorti comes together with him and takes it away. And then Tenorti will send it down the ice as frustrated. He'll look down, shake his head as that's an icing call against Milwaukee. It gives a tired Monsters team a chance to change out there. The Admirals will stay on here following the icing call with 9:15 to go in the third period, trailing by 2, 5-3. Draw to the left of McCollum, won by Gaudette. Tonori will take it this time and lift it to DiGiuseppe. Admirals need a change in the worst way here as Tolvanen gets it in from the red line to the Cleveland zone. Tommy Cross behind the Monsters' net. Spins as he was trying to go left, now goes right. Out of the direction of Kirkland, who was the forechecker. Carrier will chase it into the Admirals' end as Stenlund comes on to forecheck against him. Kevin Stenlund with 2 goals in this game for the Monsters. Pendenza on the run, crosses the blue line. Soft shot goes wide of the net as Berube was coming out right. Carrier can't settle the puck at the right point. Stenlund can, and he'll play it back. Ahead for Letestu. Carrier there for the Admirals. Bangs it off the boards around Letestu. Blackwell steps up. It goes off a stick. Now Stenlund has it for the Monsters. 1-on-2. Right circle he shoots and sends it wide. Stenlund already with 2 in this game. Dauphin across. The Admirals will recollect on the breakout here as Carrier works with the puck. Alex Carrier on the step through. Still in his own zone. Can't get it around the check of Gallant. Brett Gallant has made an impact in this set as well with the fight the other night against Matthew Olivier. He is an experienced fighter in the NHL level as well as this one. Gallant with the puck. Left wing boards. Comes to Vigneault in the corner. Has to get around the referee. Vigneault trying to center it for Gallant but lost it. Brett Gallant couldn't handle the puck coming into the middle. Stepping up as Clendenning, right circle. He's pushed from behind. Goes in deep behind the Admirals net. Takes the turn. McCollum is there on the right post to make the save. Adam Clendenning trying to score in his first game back in the Monsters lineup. As Olivier will step in. Left wing. Goes in for Dauphin, who took a crack as he was in the blue paint. And Laurent Dauphin turning will get to the loose puck. They can't keep anything going as Dauphin's pass was telegraphed into the middle, picked up by Clendenning, and now backhanded to neutral ice where Scott will send it for Sherwood. Hops over the stick of Sherwood, the prospect, and then coming back, Koulis nearly had it for a second. Ahead with it, Cross shoots, Sherwood comes on, he goes off the stick of McCollum behind the net. Sherwood a bullet into the play. As back is Richard in the Cleveland zone trying to secure it along the right wing wall. Sherwood will take it behind his net. And out he comes as he lays it off the boards, but Frederick Allard will take control for the Admirals. 6:41 to play in the third period, 5-3 Monsters. Admirals with the last tally from Nick Baptiste. Ahead come the Monsters. Karastolev has it, shoots from the right circle, and a save by Tom McCollum at the left post. And no rebound there. 6:28 to play in the third period. It's the Monsters 5, the Admirals 3 on the Big 920 and the iHeartRadio app. Patrick Reed with you in Cleveland as the faceoff will come to the left of Tom McCollum here. Colin Blackwell kicked out of the circle. Ellie Tolvanen will step up to take this draw. It's won by the Monsters back to the point around the stick of Dylan Simpson, who couldn't keep it at the right wall. And from his own end, he'll play it forward for Zach Dalpe. Dalpe got the scoring started in this game at the 6:56 mark. Admirals win it back in the Cleveland end as Blackwell's looking for somebody to hand it to. It's taken by the Monsters behind the net. Comes out to a large, shoots it from inside the blue line. That was blocked down. Loose puck comes to Bittner first. And Paul Bittner winds it in behind the Cleveland cage. Taken away by DiGiuseppe. Support coming from Tolvanen as it comes to the left wall, and Simpson will backhand it ahead out of the Cleveland zone. 5:50 to play in the third period. Admirals trying to avoid a regulation loss and no points. Nick Baptiste, the last goal scored in this game to make it a 5-3 game. It was a 4-2 game after 2 periods of play here inside Quicken Loans Arena. Stenlund loses his stick in neutral ice. Kevin Stenlund responsible for 2 of those goals. He picks it back up. It's not broken, corrals it, and hands it back into his own zone. Carlson backtracking, looks up. Baptiste had a stick down in front of him, so he couldn't cleanly make the pass. Pendenza will take it away. Good forecheck here by the Admirals as Baptiste turns above the right circle. He'll wind his way back to the left side, hand it off for Savage, who was looking for the one-time shot. He sends it low for Adam Haluka. Haluka on the turn. Baptiste there to help him along the left wall. Carrier fields it inside the point. Carrier steps left circle, has Baptiste there with him on the left wall. Baptiste will cycle around as now it's handed off for Pendenza, who shoots to the crowd. Baptiste has it and scores! Second goal of the period for Nick Baptiste. It's a 5-4 game. A big one there at the 15-10 mark. The good period continues for Nick Baptiste. He finds the loose change out in front. Berube was looking left, didn't see Baptiste go right. And it is a one-goal affair with 4:50 to play in the third period as Nick Baptiste, his second of the day and his 12th of the season, single-handedly willing the Admirals back into this game is Nick Baptiste. 2:49 to play in regulation. The Cleveland Monsters 5, the Milwaukee Admirals 4. Stenny's on Second and National is Milwaukee's #1 hockey bar with free shuttles to all Admirals games. Stenny's has the NHL package and will show any game at any time. They also feature a full food menu serving 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. featuring their buffalo wings, their TV buffalo wings, which can be tossed in 10 different flavors. And Stenny's is also famous for their Bloody Marys, which have been voted best bloody in the city 5 years in a row. Stenny's, Milwaukee's #1 hockey bar, and you should be there. And you should be here enjoying this game because the Admirals have made it one here in the third period. 2 goals from Nick Baptiste, one at 9:19, another at 15:10 to make this a one-goal affair as Carrier gets it into the Cleveland zone. And from the slot, he has the puck knocked away from his stick. This all came after it looked awfully dire. 1 minute, 36 seconds into this third period when Kevin Stenlund got his second of the game for the Monsters. And now Carl Taylor can think about getting Tom McCollum out of the net and a 6th attacker on. Savage has the puck, turns, shoots. Berube can't find it, it's loose. Blackwell gets it, the shot, they score! Eeli Tolvanen from the left circle ties the game at 5. .2:14 left to play, a 5-5 game, and who could have seen this coming at the start of the third? These Admirals certainly did. The Admirals just continue to come in waves in the offensive end in this period, and Eeli Tolvanen has tied the game at 5 with his 10th of the season. Center ice faceoff controlled by Milwaukee. And with this kind of momentum, they can maybe get one more here in regulation. Baptiste is hurt, gets back to his feet, was clutching at his shoulder on his left side. He's still trying to shake it off. Nick Baptiste, a big reason why this is a 5-5 game with 2 goals in the period, as Cross shoots, it's deflected wide. His shot came in from the left point, chased down by the Admirals behind the net. With a minute 45 left in regulation, we're tied at 5. Tenorti had it for a moment at the right circle in his own zone. DeSalvo will punch it back in behind the Admirals' net. Nick Baptiste really needs to get off the ice. He has it here, skating with it to center, turns, shoots, gets it in. And he was shaken up on the center ice faceoff after the goal. Puck is behind the Cleveland net. Gaudette has it for Milwaukee. Gets to the right corner, feeds it off the boards to Carrier up top. Siemens winds it up, shoots, and a save by Berube. It goes off the rink and into the protective netting. With a minute 16 to play in the third period, a 5-5 game. A stunned crowd here inside Quicken Loans Arena, a crowd of 9,852. So another good turnout for a game this weekend. We had more than 11,000 here on Friday night. Draw will come to the right of Berube. Kirkland and Letestu to take the faceoff. It's won by Letestu, back to the corner, taken by Tommy Cross. He'll hand it off for Dylan Simpson and now Paul Bittner, and the Monsters will escape the zone. Fed behind the Admirals' net, Duncan Siemens will take it there. He turns and will work to his right, has Matt Olivier with him there at the red line. Sent to the Cleveland zone, Olivier can't keep it at the blue line at the point. Carrier on the step through will send it into Dauphin. Now Olivier above the right circle. Olivier working his way in with one hand will send it into the crease, and Berube with nobody around will cover up and stop play. With 42.5 seconds left in the third period and the game tied at 5. My goodness, what a third period it has been inside Quicken Loans Arena for these Admirals. The low of trailing by 3, 5-2. You could feel it from up here. And now you can feel the stunned silence from fans inside Quicken Loans Arena with the game tied at 5. As the Admirals are on a 3-0 run. Blackwell controls the face-off, gets it to Tolvanen. Now at the point, the shot comes from Tenorti, paddled away by Berube. Collins gets to the puck. And now rink wide it comes from McInnes. McInnes steps across, left circle, shoots, and McCollum the save with no rebound. That is gobbled up perfectly at the right time by the Admirals netminder. As oncoming to the top of the crease was Sam Vigneault. 27.4 seconds remaining in regulation. That right there is what you want to see from Tom McCollum. No rebound, no loose pucks around him. With time ticking away, and the Admirals trying to put themselves in position to gain more road points, but really they need to. But then again, so do the Monsters. Draw to the right of McCollum. Tyler Gaudette is kicked out of the circle as he moved early. Mark Letestu, the veteran, will step in for the Monsters to take this against Colin Blackwell. Draw comes. Admirals win it back to the corner. 24 seconds remaining in regulation. Puck is in the left corner of the Milwaukee zone, digging away at Letestu along with DeSalvo as Carrier goes down. Left wall picked up, forced out. Nicely by Blackwell, and ahead with it is Di Giuseppe. Di Giuseppe left circle, a pad save by Berube on the quick shots. 6 seconds to go in regulation time. The Monsters get it into neutral ice. The Admirals continue to pressure the Monsters in the third period. They are rewarded. We are headed to overtime inside Quicken Loans Arena. A 3-0 run for the Admirals after trailing 5-2. And you can see it on the faces of this Milwaukee team. They like where they are headed to overtime. 5-5 our score. We'll return with the overtime session after this here on the Big 920 and the iHeartRadio app. It is the start of overtime for the second time in as many games between the Cleveland Monsters and the Milwaukee Admirals inside Quicken Loans Arena in downtown Cleveland along Lake Erie. This one has been a Sunday afternoon thriller for the Admirals. Patrick Reed with you in Cleveland. A 3-0 run for Milwaukee. 2 goals from Nick Baptiste and 1 from Eeli Tolvanen to tie the game at 5. 3-on-3 overtime is underway inside Quicken Loans Arena. The Admirals will try to see this not end in 16 seconds like it did on Friday night. Gaudette is across the blue line, gets to the left circle, pulls up, and will wait for help in the 3-on-3 overtime. Gaudette gets to the slot. Letestu bothered him. Gaudette still with the puck, now at the right circle. Winding his way around, looking for the opening. Gives it off to Kirkland, right circle. Goes in on the shot, and he sends it wide. Was looking for the backhand. Carrier fields it, hands it off at the blue line, and then a fumble there. Letestu takes the puck. Letestu through. Clendening has it above the circle. Clendening walks in, shoots, and sends it wide. Good look there for Adam Clendening with plenty of room in front. Clendening will see this go to neutral ice as the Monsters need to change. 50 seconds gone in the overtime session. 3-on-3 we skate. Sherwood with speed, left wing, gets to the circle, cuts, shoots, and a save by McCollum with a pad. He picks up his own rebound, does Sherwood, has it above the right circle, turns, hands it off for Cross. Cross backtracks his way in, now below the circle with Allard on him. He'll go around the Admirals' cage. It's taken by Carrier, who's been out there for the balance of the overtime. And Pendenza fumbles it along the boards. Comes out to Dalpe, shoots high slot, and a pad save by McCollum. Tom McCollum with a couple of good saves here in the overtime session. Allard has it. Pendenza goes to the bench. And so does Carrier after a long shift to begin the overtime period. 1:30 for him. 3:25 left in overtime. The Admirals this season 4-10 in overtime. Dauphin has it across the blue line, handed back for Tolvanen. Tolvanen's goal tied this game. Now to Dauphin at the left circle. He'll turn. Winding his way through. Dauphin has it on the backhand side. He runs in across and wins it back. But they'll play it to neutral ice, and the Admirals will regroup with a fresh unit coming on. Dauphin leaves. Petrie steps on. And Vince Petrie will take this puck in his own end. With under 3 to play at overtime, the Admirals trying to be careful in their own zone with the forecheck of Scott. Petrie out the wall for Milwaukee, skates to the red line. Petrie and Tolvanen together. Now, Petrie didn't like what he saw there. He'll wind it all the way behind the Admirals net and put the brakes on. As Milwaukee will bring Anthony Richard on here. Richard to skate along with Blackwell. Blackwell crosses the blue line now with the right circle, has it. Blackwell trying to center, and he'll swoop left wing and hand it off for Savage. Savage stops at the hash marks. He'll look at the situation with Richard. They'll interchange. And Savage has it inside the right blue line, but again, doesn't see that opening. Now comes to Richard, blue line above the circle. Richard working with the puck now in the corner. 2:10 to go in the overtime period. We're tied at 5. Richard has it high. Now hands off for Savage. Savage inside the blue line was looking to interchange there with Blackwell, then got pushed down and stripped of the puck. Now out with it is DeSalvo. DeSalvo by himself. DeSalvo right circle shoots, and Richard was there to back check and lift the stick of DeSalvo. And he just harmlessly shot it wide. That is good work by Anthony Richard, as DeSalvo could have ended this game. 1:40 to play in overtime. 5-5 is our score. The Monsters 5-6 in the overtime session. This is their 18th in overtime. For the Admirals, their 20th. Only Rockford, Iowa, and Bridgeport have played more overtime games than the Admirals this season in the AHL. With speed comes Kirkland. Kirkland cuts left, gets to the forehand, shoots, and Berube with the save on the shoulder as Kirkland ran out of room. It was a sharp angle. Berube shoulders it into the protective netting, and play stops with 1:20 to go in overtime. The face-off will come in the Monsters zone to the right of J.F. Berube, who has made 30 saves on 35 Admiral shots. The Monsters for the game 41-36 on shots. Well, the Admirals the last 3 goals. Audette and Dalpy at the face-off circle. Dalpy wins it. Zach Dalpy got this scoring started back in the first period, and here we stand now 5-5. Sherwood crosses the blue line, gets to the circle. Sherwood is in as Baptiste bothered him. Good back checking by the Admirals 3-on-3. 1 minute to play in overtime in a 5-5 affair. Gaudette's pass through, it was telegraphed, and not quite there was Baptiste. Picked up by Stenlund. He'll rumble through center now across the blue line. Stenlund shoots, and a save by McCollum, who came out to challenge, and the loose puck is shot wide. It was forced wide by Scott. Stenlund and Scott helped make this a 5-2 game at 1 point before the Admirals rumbled back. 35 seconds left in overtime. 5-5 game as Allard fields it at neutral ice. Fred Allard will wind back into the Admirals zone. Maybe one last hop here from Milwaukee as a fresh unit comes on. Allard shoots from the right circle. That was blocked away. Picks up the rebound. Pendenz's out in front, but he can't keep the puck as Stenlund will take it. 15 seconds left in overtime in a 5-5 affair. And we have a whistle as it looks like Clendenning is, I don't know if he's hurt or what is going on. He is doubled over. Adam Clendenning just came back down from Columbus in a brief call-up, and Clendenning is going to go straight down the tunnel here. He was doubled over, kind of grabbing at his wrist. And he just put the brakes on behind the net. The referee saw that and blew play dead. And we have a timeout. So Carl Taylor will use this timeout, and he will gather the Admirals for one last push with a face-off coming in the Monsters zone to the left of J.F. Berube. Oh, Clendenning took a puck in the face. It was off the shot from inside the left circle, and Clendenning took that right in the teeth. There is no way to protect yourself from that. No visor or mouthpiece will help you there. That's tough. Stick around after this one for the postgame show presented by Marcus Theaters. We could have a while before we get there. Admirals and Monsters tied at 5. An improbable third period where the Admirals scored 3 straight goals to send this one to overtime and to earn at least a point today. Draw to the left of J.F. Berube with 12 seconds left in overtime. Letestu and Gaudette. Letestu wins it. Behind the Monsters net, it's escorted out. And on the run with it is Dalpy. 6 seconds to go in overtime. Dalpy crosses the line, centers it back for Cross. Cross shoots and hits the bar! And the Monsters score on the follow. Mark Letestu wins it. Mark Letestu scores his 14th goal of the season. The 12th-year man and NHL veteran gets the job done. Another unfortunate way for the Admirals to see a game end. A fluttering puck came across for Tommy Cross's shot. It hit the post. And Letestu was right there for the garbage to clean it up. 6-5 your final score. The Monsters win it in overtime. We are back with the post-game show presented by Marcus Theaters here on the Big 920 and the iHeartRadio app.